advices and tips to keep you running for the next period until we have another session like this. Without further ado, we'll be starting shortly. And before we start, of course, we have to commit everything into the hands of God. So let us have a short session of prayer. In Jesus' name. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for keeping us up till this moment. We thank you for the privilege even to learn from each other. We thank you for putting this together. We thank you because you've been with us all through the journey. Thank you for another month. Be thou exalted, Lord, in Jesus' name. Father, as we start this session, we ask that your presence will abide with us in Jesus' name. We want to experience you. We don't even want to see our facilitator. We want to see you in action. We want to see you talk to us through things that we should know. And we ask and pray that you will help us. Every glitch, we remove them, and we ask that we have a smooth session. In Jesus' mighty name, I've prayed. If you can hear me, I want you to raise your hands, show your emoji, love emoji. Yeah, I want you to show a lot of reactions, I want to see reactions. Yeah, I can see you, Beauty Onojayefe. I can see, yeah, Fumilayo Abraham, Soma Diogo, Stevie Innocent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, let's keep the reactions coming. Chiso Mibekako. I hope I got the pronunciation. Stevie Innocent, thank you for joining us. Akerele Samuel, thank you for joining us. John Medoye, I hope I got the pronunciation. Thank you for joining us. Beauty, thank you so much for joining us. Ebere, thank you so much for joining us. We're happy to have you here. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. All right, so we'll be bringing in our host once again. She's going to be giving us insight into who our facilitator is. So just for short info, brief overview about Giant Stride, what Giant Stride is all about, what we do at Giant Stride, how we do what we do, and just a brief insight to what we've been up to. So I'm going to be bringing on board Mrs. Oluwakemi Ajayi once again. So let's jam our hands together for Mrs. Oluwakemi Ajayi as she comes up again to tell us about Giant Stride briefly.
Yes. Thank you for joining in, everyone. I don't know why I'm why am I echoing? I'm hearing myself. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yes, I think. Okay, I think we're about to start now, and I will be giving a brief overview of what Giant Strides is about. Giant Strides started Giant Strides community. That's the one that takes care of teachers. Started exactly 1 year ago, May 1st. What was the idea behind Giant Strides? That why are teachers underpaid? Why are teachers not giving, they are giving their best and they are not compensated enough? An experience made me take the decision that I want to advocate teachers' development. So that's what I do. I call myself a teacher development coach. Why did I choose that niche? Something happened to someone that was teaching in my school. I can never forget. That man has taught in that school for more than, let's say, for more than 17 years. So he entered that school as a very young person. But when he became like 65-year-old, he had glaucoma, this eye problem. And before he resumed back to school, they've terminated his appointment. No pension, nothing. So I was discussing with someone and I was expressing my mind, like my anger that this man entered with his energy of his youthful energy into private teaching and did not do anything good for himself until they sacked him. I just started talking to teachers about branding, about developing themselves, about getting certification that you will get into a good school that you can confidently save. There are some schools that, please let's mute our mics. Please let's mute our mics. So
I
there
think
are
you can
some schools
unmute, you can mute everybody, ma, so that when
yeah.
anybody wants to talk, you now unmute them.
Okay. So I just thought to myself that what can we have a group of teachers that they earn well, they are motivated to develop themselves, that no one can look down on them, no one can bring them down. They have enough certification to get good jobs. So that was what motivated Giant Strides community. I was not even planning for a large number like now. I was just planning for a group of people that I can talk to them, motivate them, and maybe go into online teaching and all. So that's what we stand for. We stand for teachers, including increasing their value and their income. And today, Giant Strides is 1 year. What I didn't plan, that we were just thinking maybe 500 people. We are more than 2,000 now, and it's now 1 year today. And I can say, I know people that joined the community. Like we have a program that we do, online teaching, 2,000 naira only. Yes, it's deliberate. I want every teacher to be able to afford it. And I know people that took that 2,000 naira training are now earning up to 1 million naira. Yes. I know someone that categorically told me that she's still working in a school, but from her online teaching is 800,000 naira. So that is the concept behind Giant Strides Techy Teacherpreneur, not to be, yes, community, let everybody go together. I just want a place where we can develop ourselves and we can make affordable training possible for teachers. We also have the graphics designing, just 2,000. It was even 1,000 naira before. So the person that is now earning 800 naira, she got the training for just 1,000 naira. So that is it. And now we are 1 year. And I thought to myself, what can we do to mark this 1 year? Let's bring people that are versed in their niche, in their sector. And that's why tomorrow will be better, yes, higher and higher. But today we are bringing a very amazing person. If you go on LinkedIn, we know her effort. She's actually teaching she has been teaching for long. She didn't study in Nigeria. Let me read her bio. She's the assistant junior school head of Chris Children Lekki, Lagos. So she studied outside the sorry, excuse me. So the profile of Mrs. Abimbola Dosunmu, she believes that learning and schooling are fundamental to human development. And this thought process has shaped her over the year. She's a renowned educationist, management and consultant in educational services. Over 2 decades, yes, 20 years of professional experience, and it cost across in her career. Miss Abimbola started her career as a program officer. Daddy is at the gate. It's okay. With the Nigerian Youth AIDS program in Lagos. And from there, she grew to a classroom teacher in Montessori House, Ikoyi, and she's the assistant head of junior school. And she's not just an educator, she's a consultant educationist. So she has volunteered and collaborated with a lot of organizations. Teach for Africa, she coaches teachers. Touch a Life, Dabira, Lydia Initiative, and many more. So today we are so opportuned to have Mrs. Abimbola in our midst. Please, let's jam our hands for Mrs. Abimbola Dosunmu. Please, you're welcome, ma. Let me see if let me unmute her. So put your hands, let's see your emojis. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's continue. So, okay, let me unmute her. Thank you, ma. So, hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now, ma. We can hear you, ma.
Okay. Please, okay. You can continue, ma, please.
Okay. All right. So we'll be receiving Mrs. Dosunmu shortly. And just before she comes, I want everybody to just put a line of their expectation. You know, she's going to be teaching us shortly. So before she comes on board, I want you all to just write one line of what you're expecting from a session, what you would really love for. And then we'll have the question and answer session after our speaking. So quickly, let's do that. Let's do that briefly in 1 minute. Let's do that in the chat box. For me, I'm really looking forward to a lot of things. I want, how did she do it? Were there any challenges? How did she overcome it? A lot of things. So just put your expectations in the chat box in 1 minute. Let's do that in the chat box. And we'll be welcoming Mrs. Abimbola Dosunmu right now. Mrs. Abimbola Dosunmu, you're on, ma.
Thank you. Good evening, my fellow colleagues. Oh my goodness, it's such a great honor to be with everyone this evening. And I am so happy because it is Workers' Day. So, to the best of the best in the world, to the best of the best in Nigeria, to the best of the best workers in Africa, happy Workers' Day. Well done, everyone. It's been a great journey, and I'm so happy to be here this evening. Thank you so much, Kemi Ajayi. Honestly, when I was listening to what you guys do, I'm so encouraged, and I'm so happy that there's a community for teachers to boost their income, because over the years, teachers have just been marginalized, and I'm so happy. So my keynote reading, it's about how do we impact the world? How do we position ourselves to impact the world? Great. So I like what the moderator said, that everybody should have an expectation. I hope that by the end of this conversation, you would have gathered some prompts, some expectations would have been met, and you would have at least gained one thing that you want to take on board with you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Just show me an emoji, like a thumbs up. If you, okay, good, great, great. Thank you. Thank you, Ebere. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'm going to start with a little story about this young lady called Aramide. Just a second. I need to realign something. Okay. So Aramide Kayode is a very young lady. She studied at Covenant University. And how did I get to meet her? She was on social media because she got a scholarship to study at Harvard. And she wants to further her education because of the love she has for children. That was how I met her. And I also met her through one of my mentees in Teach for Nigeria. So I listened to her and I heard all the pain that she's felt about children that are in low income community and how they do not have equal opportunity for education. So she started by, helping, and then she started. As I'm talking to you today, the large plot of land
Okay, she's muted, but she's been asked to unmute. So just hold on for some minutes. You should hear her shortly.
Okay. I didn't know I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma, we can hear you now, ma.
Okay. I don't know where I stopped. So I was talking about Aramide, how she's been able to gather resources through sponsor. She's always on social media, telling her story, telling people, and people buy into her idea. And now She has a school from primary school to secondary school in Otta for students at low income. These children don't pay anything. They don't pay anything. She has sponsors, people who sponsor the children to secondary school. So, did she position herself for impact? Yes, just by one vision, one idea. One idea. She is one of us. She's in Nigeria, she's in Africa, she's here. She's one of us. And guess what? She was never a teacher. She was never a teacher. She's training herself on the job. So, teaching is a profession that teaches all other professions. And I want to say to you this evening that you should be very proud of this profession. Teaching is a profession that teaches all other professions. So my question to you is, are you simply teaching a curriculum or shaping a generation? That is a question I would like you to answer by yourself. Are you simply teaching a curriculum or are you shaping a generation? Let's go back to Aramide. Do you think Aramide is simply teaching a curriculum or shaping a generation? Sorry about that. Do you think that she's simply teaching a curriculum or shaping a generation? I'm sure you would agree with me that she's shaping a generation. We can all do the same in our classrooms. We can all do the same. So, who are you really? Who are you? Who are you? Have you found out by yourself who you are as a teacher? You are not just a teacher. You are a nation builder and an influencer. Yes, you are an influencer. I'm sure a lot of people will be saying, oh, I'm not an influencer. Oh, all those people, you know, that are always on Instagram and social media are the influencers. No, you are the main influencer. You are the real nation builder. You are not just a teacher. Every single day you go to work, your shoulders should be high up like this because you are the main influencer. That is who you are. Your influence is generational. Your influence is generational. Let me tell you a simple story. There's a girl that I taught some 15, 16 years ago. She's about 24 or 25 years old now. And I remember that girl when she was in my class. She was in class 4. And she was difficult. She was tough. She was difficult. But I never gave up on her. I encouraged her all the time. Always encouraging her. About 3 years ago, she found me on social media. And she wrote me this very long message of how my actions then, when she was in class 4, has impacted her life up until now. She shared with me a degree, shared with me her husband. Recently, she just put to bed. she shared her good news with me. That was so profound. I was so encouraged. You are a generational influencer. That is who you are. So, my dearest colleagues, please give yourselves a pat on the back for what you have been doing. You are the real influencer. Say that I am a real influencer. Please say that to yourself, that I am a real influencer. That is who you are. Are you giving yourselves a pat on the back? You should. So, my question to you is, are you aware of your power? Do you know the kind of power that you have? And how are you using your power? How are you using your power? Are you aware of the power that you have? You have power, and you should use it to influence the children that you're teaching, because you are the real influencer. Well done. Your voice matters. Yes, you have a voice. You have a real voice, and that voice matters. Just like Kemi, her voice matters. She saw somebody that something was happening to, and she said, this thing must not happen to other teachers. She took a stand. She took a voice. And that voice is what we're celebrating today. And you also, you have a voice. Teachers, we are advocates, not echo chambers. That's not who we are. We are advocates. The way Kemi is advocating for teachers, the way Aramide is advocating for the children, I always advocate for teachers. I always teachers and advocate. That is who you are. So what do? We speak, we write, and we lead outside the classroom. That's what we do. We speak, we write, we lead outside the classroom. We are doing everything we can to make sure that our voice is heard all over. So, my question again to you is, are you speaking up for what matters, or are you giving up? Are you speaking up for what matters, or are you giving up? Okay, my PowerPoint is not moving. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm having issues with my PowerPoint. I can't tell what is going on. Okay, I think my system has frozen. Can you hear me? Please give me 2 minutes. Please give me 2 minutes.
All right, ma. So just in 2 minutes before she comes back, I want everybody to drop a line of what they've learned so far. For me, a question that has stood out for me is, are you speaking up for what matters, or are you giving up? You know, a lot of us are teachers. Some of us are still actively teaching in classrooms. Some of us has transitioned fully online, and some of us are just, you know, shuttling between online and on ground. Okay, I think she's back. Oh, she's still not back. So are you speaking up for what matters? Yes, you identify a lot of challenges in classroom, in your online setting. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Are you just ignoring? Are you just looking at it or complaining? Because that's what most people do. They complain about what is wrong and they never get to do anything about it. So this is a call to us. This is a challenge to us. What are you doing? Are you speaking up for what matters? And even as you're speaking up, are you actually doing something about it? Are you making efforts to change the narrative? So I want us to think about that. I want us to think on that as we continue in this session. And just like I said, in 1 minute, please let's all write one thing that we have learned so far. One thing we have learned so far. What has stood out for you during the course of this short session that you've been, you know, all about? One line in the chat box. I will just selectively pick one line in the chat box. Thank you. Well done. And I hope you are enjoying the session thus far. We apologize for any, you know, any glitch so far. Can you all hear me? Okay. Okay. Aha. Yeah, I can see that. Rachel says I'm an influencer. I learned I'm an influencer. Good. I'm a nation builder and an influencer. Oh, I love that. Generational influencer. Okay. Okay, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. In fact, me, I've had to even screenshot a part of this. I've had to screenshot a part of this too. That's how much I've, you know, learned in just a short time. And you know, another question that stood out for me, are you simply teaching a curriculum or are you shaping a generation? Some teachers are lazy. Let's call a spade a spade. Some of us are, we just, whether or not you pay, or, you know, just do your thing, let me collect my money and go. No, teaching is beyond that. As a teacher, you're a life builder. Mrs. Dosunmu, is your PowerPoint okay now? I think. Okay, teaching profession.
I want to test run it.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Do things in different ways. Yes, that's correct. Teaching profession teaches all professions.
I think
we're good to go
I'm
now,
back
right?
on now.
Okay. All right, ma.
Yes. Can you turn on my video, please?
You can turn it on now, ma.
Okay. My system is It's not allowing me to. Ooh. I think I need to restart my system so that we can get the best out of it. Can you just let me just restart, please?
All right, ma. All right, ma. Okay. I am an influencer. I am building and raising a generation. Yes. Yes. Teachers are influencers and you're building and raising a generation. That's correct. I am shaping a generation. I learned that as a teacher, I'm an influencer and I am raising a great generation. Yes. So as teachers, another thing you must know is you're like a farmer, okay? And all of your children, all of your students are like the seeds. They all come with different, characteristics and attributes. But the effort you put into them determines what kind of fruits they yield. The effort you put, the knowledge you give them, everything you are molding is not just academics. The knowledge you give them eventually shapes them. You heard what she said about a child that, she taught 15, 16 years ago, and how that years later she's writing her an epistle of what and what has worked well for her, how her teaching, her selflessness has helped her. And that's what teachers are for. That's what teachers should be all about, not just about the momentary gain. You should think about the future. How do you think the teacher that taught all the great people, we are all great people, all the world-renowned people we know today, how do you think they will be feeling right now? Especially knowing that, oh, I taught this person. I taught this person at so age, so class. They'll be feeling on top of the world. So teachers birth other professions. And we must know that, carry that consciousness with you, wear it like a badge, and let that give you confidence to do more, to keep doing what you're doing. Because as teachers, you can make or mar any child's life. When you carry that consciousness in you, you will do things differently. When you have that understanding, there's a way you now position yourself, and to know that you are not limited at all. You are not limited as a teacher. Yes, I teach other professions. Beautiful. I am a life builder. I love that. I'm a generational influencer. Awesome. I am a role model. Exactly. Your students watch you. They watch you. I am a game changer. Very good. You are a game changer. I don't just teach curriculum, I shape generations. That's it. You're not just teaching curriculum, a structured curriculum. You are changing generation. You are molding lives. And the earlier you know that, the better for you. The earlier you know that, the better you get at doing things differently. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep writing what we've learned, what we're learning, and what we are going to do differently going forward. It's one thing to pick out a point. It's one thing to learn. It's another thing to implement it. That, okay, so I've been doing this thing this way because I taught this. Now I know this. This is what I'm going to do differently going forward. I don't just teach curriculum, I shape the, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. If you are still here, please drop your emojis, reactions, show reactions. If you're still here, if you can still hear me, show reactions. Okay, okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. I always stand out. I always stand out in the crowd when it comes to teaching, and an advocate of insightful teaching. Knowing that the teacher prunes the child and gives life, the mother births while the teacher gives life. Yeah, I love that. I love that phrase. The mother births while the teacher gives life. That's really deep. That's really, really deep. The mother births while the teacher gives life. So as how many times as a teacher have you taken it as a duty to pray That child that keeps giving you challenge in your class, that instead of just talking and talking, instead of just complaining, how many times have you, taken it upon yourself? Okay, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour to this child, and I'm going to just pray for this child. I'm going to have pet talk with this child. I'm going to keep, how many times have you taken it upon yourself as a teacher like that? I'm an intentional teacher. Okay, Mrs. Dosunmu, you're back. So you can continue now. Mrs. Dosunmu, can you hear me?
Everyone, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you,
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. I hope and pray that it will go well. That was the last question that I asked. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. So, moving forward, right now, we are liberators of minds. That's who we are. We liberate minds. We don't feel buckets. We open up the minds of the children so that they can be critical thinkers. They can be change agents. They can be collaborators. They can also be influencers. So when you teach for transformation. Not just for information. You teach critical thinking, you teach leadership, you teach values, you teach the children to become collaborators. That is who we are. And start that by ourselves. This is a collaborating platform. All right. Sorry, so as I was saying, that we shift from success to significance in the things that we do. So, are your students just exam smart or are they world ready? What are the things that you're doing to make your students ready for the world? Remember that. We are courageous disruptors. That is who we are. Khan Academy saw the opportunity of taking. Khan Academy was one of the first people to take learning from the classroom to online. It was Khan Academy. He was a courageous disruptor. A lot of people told him, oh, it's not going to work. People are not going to join, or things are not going to work well. He said, let me try it. And today, because of many other things have been happening. I remember Ebola. I don't know how many of you remember Ebola time. Before Ebola, I was doing a training on online learning.
Mrs. Dosunmu, are you still there, ma? Um, oh, okay. I think, okay, okay. You can unmute now.
Okay. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know what is going on. I tried my best.
It's been raining lately,
Woo!
so the networks are really, they are really misbehaving.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So as I was saying about being a courageous disruptor, you have to be one. Systems don't change until someone dares to challenge them. Systems will never change until someone dares to challenge them. Be a voice of truth and be a voice of truth and creativity. My question to you is, what have you challenged or changed lately? What have you challenged or changed lately? From me, I'm the assistant head in charge of data and assessment. I have been looking at how we set data, set our target. Have been looking at how we report to the parents. And I've been asking myself, what are the things that we need to change? What are the things that needs to change here? So, are you a courageous disruptor? Global citizens. Yes, you are a global citizen and you are raising children to be global citizens as well. The world is our oyster right now. We have everything. You can connect to people all over the world. So, are you helping your students to think globally while they are acting locally? Are you connecting your students to the information that is happening all over the world? Are they aware? Or they are just aware of their small space and their small classroom? Are you merging what they are learning? Are you connecting it to the world? Are you helping them to connect their learning and not teach in isolation? So, are you integrating real-world issues like climate, technology, and the SDGs to what you're teaching the children? Are we talking about real issues that are happening in the world and bringing them to the classroom? And that leads me to the question, are they minded? Are they globally minded or locally minded? Okay. My system is hanging again, but I'm going to be using my phone, so you might not be seeing what I'm presenting again. So I'm going to be presenting from my phone, but my phone is not connected to so my next point is multiply your impact. Multiply your impact. Multiply your impact. How do you multiply your impact? Do you mentor? Do you coach? Do you inspire others? Do you mentor? Do you coach? Do you inspire others? That is one space where I found myself. I do a lot of mentoring. I do a lot of coaching. Through the things that I write on social media, I inspire the minds of other teachers and other educators. So, legacy is not what you leave for people, but what you leave in them. Legacy is not what you leave for people. It's not what people can touch and see, but is what you leave in the teachers, in them. What are you leaving in your students? What real impact are you ready to make? What real impact are you ready to make? So, I'm going to call you to action now. I want to call you to action. You are positioned already, but you must be intentional. You're already positioned, but you must be intentional about the things that you want to do, about the impact that you want to make. So I want you to write this thing down. I am positioned to impact the world by, now complete it. Complete that sentence. I am positioned to impact the world by, complete it by yourself. I will give you 30 seconds to do that. 30 seconds. Think. What is it that you want to do, that you want to make an impact on? I am positioned to impact the world by. Once you finish writing it, type it out in the chat. Once you finish writing, I am positioned to impact the world by, complete the sentence. Once you finish writing it down, type it in the chat. Are we writing? Are we sending it to the chat? Miss Kemi, help me,
Yes,
please.
please.
Are there some on the chat?
I am positioned to impact the world by empowering intentional young minds to make informed life decisions.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Any other one, Miss Kemi? I am positioned to impact the world by. I am positioned to impact the world by. Miss Kemi, is there another one?
I am positioned to impact the world by shaping generations to become better for themselves and your society.
Beautiful. These are goals. You now have to break it down into how you're going to do this. You need to break it down into daily achievements,
There's
weekly
another one.
achievement,
There's
monthly
another one. Should I read?
achievement. Please. Yes, please.
I am positioned to impact the world by influencing the way teachers view and handle teaching.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That person should start writing courses, trainings. Beautiful. Thank you, my dear colleagues.
I am positioned to impact the work by intentionally developing myself to give the right and updated information to my learners. That's another one.
That is the best investment ever. When you invest in yourself, is the best, is the best, the best, the best, the best, the best, is the best ever. The best ever.
I am positioned to impact the world by helping parents achieve their parental goals. I am in a position to impact the world by empowering others through education and mentorship. I am positioned to impact the world by raising critical thinkers and making the world a better place. I am positioned.
Beautiful.
Okay. I'm positioned to impact the world by raising children who are globally minded, who are critical thinkers. I am positioned
These
to
are big
impact.
goals.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. These are big goals. You now have to sit down after this today. Sit down and write 2 things you will do each day. 2 things you will do each day to meet your goals. Because my next question to you is, what action are you going to take to meet that goal? What 2 things are you going to do every single day to meet that goal? Okay? So I want you to say this with me. Say this with me. Can you please unmute everybody? Can you please unmute everybody?
Everybody can unmute themselves. Everybody
Okay,
can
good.
now unmute themselves.
Please
You can unmute yourselves, everybody.
Please unmute yourself and let's say it together. I am a teacher with influence.
I am a
teacher with influence.
I am a nation builder.
I am a nation builder.
I am a change agent.
I am a change agent.
I am a world changer.
I am a world changer.
I am a builder.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate your patience while we had all the hiccups and all that. I hope that you have been able to pick up at least one thing, one action point that you're going to work with going forward, because you matter and your voice matter, and you are rightly positioned to make impact. You are rightly positioned to make impact. You are rightly positioned to make impact. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any question?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dosunmu, for your session. We're just going to be taking a few questions now. I'd like for us to drop our questions in the chat. Let's drop our questions in the chat and we'll just pick a few questions for her to answer. So your questions can come in the chat box. Thank you so much. And let's appreciate Mrs. Dosunmu, please. Let's appreciate Mrs. Dosunmu. That's really fantastic. Despite the glitch and despite the, on and on, I really learned a lot. I learned a lot. And I'm grateful that I was a part of this, this session. To think that you can, knowing that you can act globally, even while you can think globally, even while you're acting locally. I'm not sure many people really got that part. Like, you're in Nigeria now, but your thinking is far beyond Nigeria, but you start from where you are. And that's it. Start from where you are. Before you know it, the whole world will know about what you're doing. Please, let's appreciate Mrs. Dosunmu. Let's appreciate Mrs. Dosunmu. Any questions? Questions can come in the chat.
Teachers, we have to learn to ask questions. You have to learn to ask questions. Ask questions about anything. Ask questions about anything. Anything. Anything.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Ask questions about anything.
Is this the onboarding?
Oh, what is onboarding?
Miss Ebere, please mute yourself, ma.
Okay. Could we take this to be on?
Okay.
Miss Kemi, any question?
Questions can come in the chat box. Any question? Okay, someone said, do we take this session to the onboarding? Okay, I'm not sure what you meant by that question, ma. Okay, I'll mute Mrs. Ebere right now so she can. Do we take this session to be the onboarding? I'm not sure what you meant by that question, though, but I believe it's another thing you're referring to. I'm not sure it has to do with this session. Right, Mrs. Kemi?
I don't think there's any question again. Thank
Okay,
you
there's a
so
question.
much.
There's a question now. Sorry, there's just a question that just came in. My question is, as a teacher, how do we change students over the, okay, how do we change the minds of students over the issue of malpractice in Nigeria? Yeah, that's the question. How do we
Okay.
change the minds of students over the issue of malpractice in Nigeria? And then another question, let me just read it so you answer together, ma. How do we deal with the imposter syndrome among teachers? I think that's a very fantastic question. How do we deal with the
Very good
imposter
question.
syndrome among teachers?
Okay, I will start from the imposter syndrome. So the first thing you need to know as a teacher is that you have to first know who you are. What are your values? Who are you and what are your values? When you know who you are, you know why you're doing what you're doing, you know the values that drive you to make the decisions that you make, you will not have an imposter syndrome. Because you know that this is my strength, these are my skills, these are my abilities. The areas where you know that you're lacking, you improve on it. And you know the values that drive you in the things that you do, you will not have an imposter syndrome. But it happens to every one of us. I've once doubted myself before. But then I had to reflect and think back about some of the things that I've done in the past. I wrote them out, analyzed them, asked myself, why am I feeling less of myself? Then I set boundaries and I regained my strength. And of course, if you're a Christian, you know that your source is from God. Your strength is from God. And you go back and lean on him and it would help you. About the issue of malpractices, for me, if you cannot influence the larger society, you can influence your classroom. So let every teacher make up their mind that in my classroom, there will be no malpractice. In my classroom, with the children that are under my watch, there will be no malpractice. So imagine about 1,000 of us as teachers, we all stand for that in our classrooms. And we begin to talk to our children about the issue of integrity. Imagine what would happen. That multiplication effect, what it will happen. And if we see somebody else doing it, remember I said that your voice matters. You need to speak up about such things. It's because a lot of us are keeping quiet about things that are not appropriate. There's a part of a scripture that says, evil multiplies when good men keep quiet. If we all speak up against it, I believe very strongly that it will drop. And if we all maintain a stance of integrity in our classrooms, it will not happen again. But our classroom is our first sphere of influence. If we all mount guard very strongly in our classroom against it, then it goes on and on and on. It will not multiply. It won't. I hope you heard me. when we mount guard in our classroom, the mindset of our children will change. And then we begin to multiply that mindset, that effect, we begin to multiply it everywhere. The malpractice will change. That stance will shift. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending your evening with me today. It's such a pleasure. Thank you so much. If you'd like to connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn. Drop me a message. Send me a note. I will always respond.
Thank you so much. We are blessed to have you. This section was just so amazing. Please, let's send our reactions to thank Mrs. Dosunmu this evening. She did, see my notes, full of, I'm shaping a generation. I should think globally. What will not leave my mind is that I'm a generational influencer. So his mindset,
yes,
I was blessed with everything that was said. Yes, I'm transformed. You know that it does not take a mountain to change you from a current level. It just takes a word. And the word you listen to determines who you eventually become. And I don't want us to take all these words that Mrs. Dosunmu told us this evening as just ordinary words, what we hear every day. No, it was just a word that I heard the day I started Giant Strides. Yes. So, and Giant Strides, apart from teaching children, has influenced and impacted a lot of teachers. So you don't need, remember, you don't need a mountain, or you need a prophet, or you need something big to change your current status. What you need is getting a word and acting on it. And I know a lot of words has come to us today. You don't teach a curriculum, you shape a generation. Yes, we are advocates, not echo chambers. A lot of things like what we're just dropping. So I will be sending Mrs. Dosunmu's LinkedIn profile to the chat box now, and we are to follow her. Please, let's follow her and let's write a post. I was telling some people yesterday, the people I take on grant writing, I opened a grant, I saw LinkedIn profile. Another grant, I saw LinkedIn profile. I told them that that's why you have to take LinkedIn seriously. As a teacher, you want people to know your word. You want people to know what you do. Take your LinkedIn, take your social media seriously. Nothing is biting you on LinkedIn. Don't look at, this person, 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers. Add your quota. I want you to tell someone today, add your quota. You are a voice, you are unique, you are exceptional. There's nobody like you. There's no other Oluwakemi Ajayi. And that's how there is no other beauty. There's no other Esther. There's no other Judith. You are unique. So that your uniqueness, bring it to your world through your social media. Even as a business owner, a lot of people will not check your website. They will check your social media pages. So please, let's take social media serious. Let's go on LinkedIn. Write about tomorrow is Friday. Write about the encounter you had today. Write a post and tag our speaker. Thank you so much for joining us. We are rounding up now. So sorry that we overshoot the time. Tomorrow we'll work on it. Please be here tomorrow as we talk about how to earn money as a teacher. Like I always tell people that teachers are rich. See, one of them is Mrs. Dosunmu. Teachers are wealthy. So the person coming tomorrow is the founder, the Millionaire Teachers. So she will be coming to tell us ways by which we can make money as a teacher, ways by which you can make money as a teacher. And lest I forget, what do I want to say? Yes, lest I forget, this is not the onboarding section. If you got the message, that means you registered for our webinar, not the teaching, that you not the recruitment. You registered for the webinar, and those were the people we sent the messages to. Please, you got the webinar because you registered for you got the email because you registered for the webinar. So this is not an onboarding section. You will get the details later. So please, I'm posting, just wait a minute. I'm posting our LinkedIn profile now, and we are to follow her. Let's just bombard her with following this evening. Write a review, write a post, tag her and tag me. Don't worry, if you tag me, I will repost. Write a post about this section tomorrow on your LinkedIn profile, and tag me and tag her also. And you will be, tell everyone what you learned. Please, okay, yes, I'm getting it now. We're about to close, sorry, just this for now. Just this. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we are to, yes, thank you. So I've dropped our profile. I've dropped it in the chat. Is it there now? Okay, let me use my tab. Sorry, don't mind. So we're about to end now, and we are just taking a little as an appreciation to our speaker for today. So yes. Okay, yes, I'm done. So please tag her tomorrow. That's our profile. Follow her, tag her, tag me. I will repost. Let's take our social media pages seriously. You've heard that you're an influencer. Don't allow imposter syndrome to shut your light. Please tell the world what you carry. No, tomorrow's webinar is open to all. Open to all, not to special people. No, this is a free webinar. It's free. Come and learn how to make millions. I'm not saying you will make 1 million in a month of teaching online, no. But if you take your work serious, maybe after 1 year, so please, or 6 months, according to how diligent you are. So just come and learn how to make money and every other thing. Thank you for joining. Please write a review on LinkedIn, tag myself and everyone, tag Giant Stride. Thank you so much. Mrs. Dosunmu, thank you for honoring us with your presence. I got so much. I can never forget. I like holding things, especially words. I am a generational influencer, so I'm not for now. Future, I'm still an influencer. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Yes, we will get a recording. If you start, we will get a recording. It will be sent to your mail. Yes, it will be sent to our mails, the recording. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you. God bless you. Please write a review. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Ma. Yes.